Okay, finally they've gone out, and I'm probably not going to do anything because I'm already bored of my game because I've been playing it for half an hour waiting for them to go out. I thought I'd go through a number of different subjects and topics and see how I go, and hope nobody just randomly decides to come home this second. Hi, we're going to be annoying and completely interrupt the thing. We probably don't end paying any attention to what you do. Whatever. Okay then, so YouTube. Why I started it and what I get out of it. At the moment, what I get out of it is pretty much nothing. My views are low, but I'm not really one for constantly pestering people to watch my videos. I post it, I normally like it, and on very rare occasion I may repost it like the next day maybe, if I know certain people do watch them. We're busy, so you just see it, you know. But my motivation to do it is pretty dead, really. I wanted to do multiplayer gaming with my friends. None of my friends want to involve themselves in anything I do. That's gaming wise or actual life wise. So I thought I'd just offer help to other people, which I've done. I helped Courtney start her channel, and I'm trying to help Ashley start her Minecraft server. Although it's not starting yet. But again, this is something that I'm helping them, but I can't get anything for my YouTube with that because they're both in America, so my timing's massively off to theirs, and I can't record my PC, so if I help anybody with PC gaming then I can't record it. So what am I gonna do with my YouTube if I PC game? And given it's going to be Minecraft, it's why I haven't done a survival series on my PS4 yet. I'm probably not going to. I went with the building because it's easier to do, and if I'm doing survival on PC and PS, I'm going to get bored. And getting bored seems to be the main thing with me. That I play games the majority of my day, and the inconvenience it is to use a capture card to record things. So you have to make everything all set up around your TV or computer, and then attach all the plugs and cables and get your game to where you want it to be so you can record it, and then set up your program. And the Dazzle capture program is really picky with what it wants to do, so recording takes me about a quarter of an hour to 20 minutes to start doing. So I'm bored before I start, and so lately I've just not started. This is why I wanted to try and do PS4 stuff more often, because you have your share button. You can just record as and when, if the mood takes you at the time. But I'm not that talkative. This is probably the most I've actually spoken out loud in a video for ever. I would normally mumble to myself for ages, aimlessly wandering and getting nowhere. So I thought I'd keep trying to do this, but I rarely get time on my own to do this. And a house full of people that are louder than me, when I'm being loud, like when recording, people will respond to that, and I'd end up having to cut and edit everything so much that it's going to end up pretty sort of mangled, which would be a waste of time really recording. So I have to wait until everybody's out, and that doesn't happen very often, and when it does, it makes me incredibly anxious because I'm not that great at being home on my own. So really I'm in a mess. I need to be on my own to record, but don't like being on my own. I want friends to record with, but none of them do. Well, none of them really talk to me, let alone talk enough to record with me. And if I get into PC gaming, I can't record it. So my YouTube is pretty much going to be things I like, but have very little motivation to do. Like Kingdom Hearts, like Crash Bandicoot, like the Infamous series and Kingdom Hearts theories and things like that. So really, I'm divided between dropping all of them and just doing builds and ranting about things when I have time to build and rant about things, or drop it all together and dedicate my YouTubing to other people's YouTube channels, because generally I've had more success in life by helping other people than by trying to help myself. I will always offer support to other people, I will always try to help friends out, but when I try to focus on myself, I run into trouble a lot. So really I'm just not 100% on my YouTube at the moment. When there's things you want to do but equipment or motivation or the situation stops it, and it's annoying me. I'm building a road, by the way. That's what this is. It goes quite a way, so get used to going backwards and forwards. So, subject. Friendship and anxiety with friendship. When I've tried being friends with the local group of friends that I had being the main word there, all I wanted was a friend. And that's it. Someone who talks to me about pointless random things that friends talk about. And that doesn't happen too often when you're someone with anxiety or have been known to have depression and things similar, that your friends seem to either completely avoid you so they don't have to speak about any sort of issue or problem you have, or assume they're trying to fix you, like you need them to fix the problem. And I've never asked a friend to try and help or fix. They just seem to send me websites, which annoy me, because the main thing these websites say, talk to your friends and be as social as you can, as you normally would, despite the social anxiety you get if in a situation. Like if going out in a group of people makes you anxious, your brain tells you not to go, and the best thing to do is to keep just pushing through it. I've gone beyond that point, so the involving myself in social activities doesn't happen. And these moments on my YouTube when it's possible I might end up collabing with other people is making me anxious, because I'm so out of the habit of talking to other people that aren't in the same house as me. I just talk to my family and the odd family friend. So it's annoying that I want to try and step up and be more social, because it's gone for quite some time without being that way. But then my anxiety tells me not to. That's going to be an annoying place to cut the video, isn't it? Mid-second discussion. That was the other reason why I started my YouTube, is just sort of a place online to hang out with people, because everybody seems set that their YouTube is, for whatever reason, it's going to be like their success, their source of income, their source to let out issues with the world that they have, whatever it is, in gaming or politics or music or TV or whatever. It's their way to express themselves, and expressing myself is something I don't really do. So I just wanted a place to chat and hang out, which is what I thought online should be like, and it isn't. It seems to mainly be a way to shout out about how brilliant you are yourself. Well, some people anyway, maybe not everyone doing it like that, but quite a lot of people do seem to just shout out about themselves and not really pay attention to other people. Now, I have been moaned at a few times for being down. Like on the one occasion I posted something negative on my Facebook profile or something like that, despite the fact that the people complaining at me are people that post negative things constantly. And they seem to focus on my negativity because I'm known for it, and not the months of positive, upbeat, motivated conversation I've been letting out. You focus on the one down, and it's just a frustration, really. So friendship and companionship. Given I've gone so long without really being emotionally connected to people, I find it really difficult to open up to people. And over the last few years, on the few occasions I have, it's backfired. That they will either suddenly get into a relationship and stop talking to me, or feel they can't talk to me because of the situation I'm in, or even if they just like somebody else that's obviously slightly more in reach than me because I'm in another country or something like that. So really want to be friends with people, but my brain keeps going with the "it went wrong last time," which I think is the main thought trail for those with high anxiety, of last time things went badly. Even if they didn't, your brain tells you that when people go out, I get anxious, even though last time I was fine. I know that, but my brain will still tell me something's going to go wrong. And it's like that with friendships that I have. That I had a best friend who I spent the majority of my life being friends with, from since age 8 to about 17, 18, and then on and off talking after that point when I hit all my problems. And I don't talk to him at all now. And I'm happy that I don't talk to him at all now, because generally he would show up, tell me how wonderful his life is going, and disappear again. He has said before that he knows he's only been here when he wants to be, and he wants to make up for that, and then continued to do the same thing. So I gave up entirely on him and felt overall better afterwards. Because, okay then, going on with anxiety and issues like that, is if you've had it for such a long time that it's a normal part of your life, like it is with me. I've been with this sort of anxiety level for 10, 11 years now. That it is my normal, and I've been pushing a lot harder to try and get everything back to this sort of stereotypical normal of going out and working and doing things like that, and that makes me anxious that I'm actually progressing. I've been in anxious and negativity state of mind for such a long time that becoming socially active and possibly even happy is a worry for me, because I've gone without for so long. I mean, the last time I was properly happy and socially active was probably when I was with my girlfriend when I was 14, 15, that sort of age. That was probably the peak of social happiness that I had. That was 10 years ago. And yeah, it's just odd the way you're thinking about it. That the more time and effort I put into trying to pick up my life and get everything up and running into a situation that I want, which is obviously being active, being happy, being able to go visit these new friends I've made in America maybe at some point, be able to go to gaming conventions, maybe actually get successful on my YouTube, get up and working, move out of this place because I don't like this town, I don't like the people in this town, and to be able to be useful to the family, because at the moment I'm here, I exist, but there's no income coming from me, and obviously I'm just adding to their worries the longer I'm like this. But to help them isn't the reason I should be doing this. When you have a problem, when you have whatever it is, if you have an issue with your weight, if you feel you're having an issue with your looks, if you have a social issue or an anxiety issue or a depression issue, if you're trying to fix that because it's what you want, that's good. If you're trying to fix it because it's what other people want, or you just think it will help other people, then probably not the right state of mind. That for quite a long time my main motivation for getting out and starting life was to not be at home, which is wrong. It shouldn't be that way. Home should be where I like being, at home with the family, talking about pointless nonsense and watching sports that make everyone angry and watching soaps that are incredibly predictable, the normal things people do at home. And for the last few years my desire to get out is I don't want to be home anymore. And now my desire to be out is I want to go out. I want to get up and running in life. I want to get happy and motivated. And my motivation keeps taking hits. But unlike a few years ago when my motivation took a hit, I pretty much just gave up for another couple of months. Whereas at the moment I too keep dragging myself on, trying to do exercises, trying to do YouTube, and trying to be social. But obviously when your nearest friend is in another country, it's not really that helpful that I've got no sort of close range area to jump to. So if I had a target to go to, it would be to a friend's house or to the pub to meet them. And it isn't. It's jump on a plane, go to another country, go to a gaming convention, stay in a hotel for the night, and then meet them. And it's like, not going to happen. I've never been on a plane, not on an airborne plane anyway. So I don't think a flight to the US is really going to help me get over anxiety. Really, sometimes it's just a lack of understanding of the problem. That some people can just be a little bit anxious when it comes to some things, and that's fine. If it's a new thing to you, then it's probably going to cause a bit of an issue. If you've never had a job interview before, it's probably going to make you a bit nervous. That's fine. But people can't seem to understand that when your anxiety levels are so high all the time, it's like getting this like nervousness from going to a job interview all the time, no matter what you do. Going out, being on your own, recording, even sometimes just triggers out of nowhere. Those ones annoy me. When you're fine, and bang, problem, panic, feeling ill, tired, dizzy. It's just a mess. But really, you can't expect people to be able to understand that. And so you don't try and talk about it to them. And sometimes it's better not to. Sometimes a problem is better dealt with by yourself on your own, with support from your friends to be the friends they're supposed to be. So they just offer to go around the pub, they offer to come round every now and then, just to test to see how you handle it. Obviously they're not going to pummel you into submission, or whatever it is. Submission, I guess, is the right thing. They're not going to smash the problem out of you, but smaller steps from a friend who's trying to help might get you to clear some of that anxiety. It's obviously going to be there, but it may not always be there as severe as it is at the moment. So it's why I've been trying to focus and add to the amount of social activity I have. But there's always that something that's going to hold me back. And I think until I've finally jumped or taken that step, that leap of faith in somebody to be socially active with me and just talk to me like a person and not a problem, I think it's always going to be this way. That I will have this issue with talking to people and speaking to people I've never met until I've been able to, and then finding someone who's understanding enough to not go, oh dear, this person's a problem, I'm going to run away now, bye. That was a long road. I have been talking for nearly 40 minutes, which is... I didn't even know I could do that. So we have a road now. We have some houses. We have a surprisingly decent looking man-made hill. And my throat hurts. So we've had a load of talk about anxiety and things. If you want other subjects and things talked about, then feel free to comment them. Maybe I'll go into more detail about a few other things. And when I next get the opportunity to rant like a madman, I'll do that. So, yeah. Thanks. Bye.